Hello, hello. Welcome to the Happy Hippie Intuitive. This is Nina and I am here to do the November reading for air signs. So welcome to Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. Now you will have your own individual reading and I will link the timestamps below in the description box. But before we get there, then please remember that these are general readings. So you must take what resonates and leave the rest, please. If you like what I do, I would appreciate if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and click the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. If you feel like someone else could benefit from my readings, then feel free to share them. And please comment below if you have any questions or if you would like to give feedback on the readings. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now, we just find your timestamp below and you can jump straight to your reading. We have lots to do today. We have oracle cards, we have tarot cards, we have the Astro dices, and we're also going to use some charms today. So I hope you will appreciate that. So find your timestamp and I'll see you in your reading. See you in a minute. Okay, we will remove these two so we can start with Gemini. Okay, Gemini, this is your monthly reading for November 2021. So I'll remove this so we can pull some oracle cards for you. Let us start with these oracle cards today. And we're going to pull 3 of them. And they will represent the overarching energy for November for you guys. And once we have felt into those energies, we're going to pull some more tarot cards. 5 tarot cards to be precise. So that will give us some more information with guidance, okay? And then we have some more oracle cards, angel cards, and then we have some small cards, astro dices, and charms today. Okay, so let's see what you get, Gemini. Mending. Soulmates. Here and now. On the bottom of the deck, never-ending story. Okay. Give me a second to sink into this and have a sip of water and we will get into it. Okay. So I will point out the obvious first, okay? The never-ending story is, of course, a feeling of something that keeps on coming around and around and around. Some sort of bad circle or some sort of addiction or something that doesn't seem to go away, even if we try. So that might be something from the past. Now, the also very obvious thing here is mending and soulmates. So there might be for some of you, the need to mend some sort of relationship. It might be a love relationship, work relationship, family, friends. You must take this as it resonates with you. It can also be mending your own kind of relationship with yourself, you know, in between ego and higher self, but also mending your relationship kind of with the spiritual realm. So this can be a relationship in many ways. Soulmates are often an energetic connection, not just a normal friend or a normal love connection or family member friendship. It is something that's destined, and it's something that's more on an energetic level, either meant to be from before you came, or that you are resonating on the same frequency and that you have some strong emotional and soul bond, if you will, okay? So take this as it resonates where you feel like that belongs for you, Gemini. What they're also encouraging you to do is live here and now, not to think too much of the past or the future, as the card says here, but stay in the now and try and, you know, not worry about either the past or the future. Maybe there is something in the past that you have to let go of, and maybe there are some things in the future that you do not have control over yet. And so there's no point in you spending any energy on worrying about that, okay? So that might, of course, be this soulmate relationship, but that might also be a kind of a different topic. So there might be 2 different topics going on at the same time for you guys, Gemini. Now, let us look at some tarot cards to fill out some more energies and to get some more information. So I got this new deck called the Wisdom Seekers Tarot, so I'm going to use that. Figured the colors of them was very much in sync with the times. of November, October, November. This is being taped in October, of course. So let us see what you get, Gemini. Let's pull some cards. The Hermit, invitation to go within. The Eight of Wands, action or travel. The Moon, something might be hidden. The Devil energy, ego. And the Princess of Wands. Okay, and on the bottom of the deck you got Death, which is transformation. Okay. So let's look at it. It was you have 4 major arcana cards here. So that tells me that this is something that's distant, and this is something that's not just kind of for a couple of weeks, but this is more for a long-term thing, whatever it is that you are currently in. The Hermit is, of course, someone who is in contact with the spiritual realm. The lamp in the Hermit card represents your connection to spirit, okay? And the Hermit is, of course, someone who is secluded by himself, but also who spends time within, who is kind of setting aside the time to go within, to connect with the spiritual realm. But it could also be someone who either chooses to be alone or has been alone for a while and is looking to get out of that situation. Now, the Eight of Wands is a card of action. It's a card of forcefulness. It's a fire element, of course. And so it can be travel. It can be something that comes in quickly. It can also be a call for action, but it can also be that action has been made already or is happening as we speak. Or it has to be with your creativity or your passion regarding something. And then I would say that you're passionate, because the Eight of Wands is a high number and it is a forceful card. Now, the Moon represents your connection with your inner. It can be your kind of hidden sides or somebody else's hidden sides. It can be your inner work. It can be working on your what some people call the dark night of the soul. You know, if you have some trauma, if you have some anxiety or anger or something that needs work, the Moon card can represent those kind of things as well. Now, the Devil card, the devil doesn't exist, but the Devil card here represents either ego, that your ego is coming in the way of something, or it might be that you're shackled to some sort of energy or some sort of person. Or it can also be addiction, that you're addicted to something or someone that you're having a hard time kind of cutting the cords to. So it is kind of an energy that you don't want to play in anymore kind of card, okay? Now, the Princess of Wands is someone who is, of course, passionate and comes in with new passion, new energy, new ideas. It can also be ideas, creativity. Now, the Death card is, of course, the transformation card. That something has to die in order for something new to come. And that is kind of what we're doing when we're working the inner work. If you have been working with trauma or anxiety or those kind of things, you have to feel things through in order for it to let go, so that you can invite some new energy in, okay? So it's a very shift in energies is what I feel here. But let's look at this as a whole. Okay, so there might be different ways to read this, Gemini. So we'll just have to, I'll just have to tell you what I see, and then you have to adjust it to where you are. Now, the soulmates card could, of course, be if we look at it from a love perspective, it might be that you have been alone for a while and that you're kind of yearning for a soulmate, and you feel like it's a never-ending story because that person is never coming. What they're saying here that is that there's some sort of mending that needs to happen, not necessarily with the person, but maybe mending with yourself before you can invite that new in, okay? If you are already in a relationship, then I would say that the mending is, of course, regarding, it might also be regarding yourself, that you need some work within yourself before the relationship can flourish or rekindle. But there also might be a mending of a dispute or a mending of something between the two of you that is needed. And in that case, I would say that the Hermit is an invitation to connect with the spiritual realm so that you make sure that you are in your love space when you are having these conversations, okay? So that might be one way of looking at it. It can also be just different energies as well, where mending might be that you are mending something within you. As I said, trauma or anxiety or anger or some sort of energies or emotions within you that needs to be felt through and released. And then you will be opening up to new friendships or relationships coming towards you in November. And then they're reminding you to then stay here and now and to enjoy the moment, each moment as it comes to you, okay? So I would say with the Eight of Wands that there is some action happening to you or action needed, you know, after you have spent time kind of connecting and making sure that you're aligned, then you take action, okay? And then also with the Moon card, which is also a connection with spirit, I feel, but also that it might be something that you haven't seen before in someone else or within yourself that will come to the surface now to be looked at and to be dealt with. And to when you kind of see that, then that's when you can kind of make the good choices for yourself, because the devil energy is here. So you must make sure that your ego doesn't ruin everything for you, that the ego doesn't come in the way saying, this is never going to work out, you're never going to make it, if this is something that has to do with work or hobby or project or anything, you know, or relationship, that, oh, no, this is never going to work, this is not good for you, you shouldn't be doing this, and you're not good enough, you know, all of those kind of thoughts might pop up in your head. So that's why they're saying with the Hermit, make sure that you're aligned with your inner self, with the true self, with your heart. Now, the Princess of Wands is a new offer. So there is some new passion coming your way here. And I think with all these energies, with what you're working in November, that it will be a big transformation for you. So I do feel like there is a potential for a big shift in energies here. So that might be something to look at where it fits in your situation, Gemini. But have focus on it. Just make sure that you have the vision of what it is that you truly want. And then there is big potential for an energy shift here. So let us look at some angel cards as well. Oops. It was just that fell down. It was just too many that fell down. So let's see what we have here. We will pull 2 of these cards for you, Gemini. Let's see. Focus your mind. Yeah. Thank you, angels, for helping me to focus on my priorities. And that's, you know, you have to focus, as I said, on the heart space, on being in the flow, being in the creative flow, being in sync with your spiritual part. And not let your ego take over here, because I do feel like it's very important for you to be able to shift this energy, that you stay aligned and that you have focus on that. The inner voice. Thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. Yeah. So listen to your inner voice. Another invitation to go within and to make sure that you listen to your higher self in this situation. Because the devil card comes up, then that tells me that there is your ego might be pushing to get control. And remember, if you are on a spiritual journey, which you probably are if you found this channel, the more light that you bring into your physical form, the harder the ego is going to fight back, okay? So the more darkness would kind of come towards you to try to push you off your balance, okay? So that's something to have in mind, though. And you might not see it. You might not know where it's coming from. So be aware of that and just make sure that you feel into the energies of all the people and all the energies that you surround yourself with, and yet you choose only the energies that you feel resonates with your own frequency, okay? So that's kind of important. Now let's pull a couple of these Whispering Woods cards for you as well before we do the Astro dice and the charms. So let's see what we get. Okay, Gemini. Clearing. Make room for growth. With clearing, I also feel like it has to do with the energy within your physical form. So ask them to guide you through a meditation where you do some clearing work in your chakra system and your aura. And also when you do that, when the energy comes into your physical form, it might trigger some of these darker energies, like trauma and stuff like that. Then just let it come up and through you and release. And if you need help with that, then of course contact a psychologist or someone, a trauma therapist or something that might help you with that, okay? Reconnect. Secrets lurk in the captive shadows deep in the woods. So reconnect for me is reconnecting with your spiritual higher self, or with your team, okay? It can be your guides, it can be your higher self, but I do feel like it has to do with your spiritual side, with your heart space, with your soul, okay? So they're definitely asking you to connect with that part to make sure that you are in alignment before making any choices now. As I said, do not let the ego take over, okay? Because I see the devil card popping up. That means for me that your ego is active now, okay? Let's throw some Astro dices for you. Okay, so I believe that's the South Node, isn't it? Let me have a quick look here. No, North Node. That's the North Node, and then it is the Libra, and then it is the 4th house. Okay. Now, the 4th house is about motherhood, family, I would say nourishment. Now your North Node is kind of what your potential moving into the future. South Node is kind of what you were born with, the skills that you were born with, but the North Node is kind of where you want to move throughout your life, right? And Libra is, of course, as it says, it has to do with balance. But it's also an air sign, so it has to do with a mental space. And so, yeah, I would say that... yeah. Okay. No, I would say that it has to do with are you taking good care of yourself is what I hear. Are you making sure that you nourish your physical, that you are setting aside enough time to connect, to meditate, to fill in with energy, to, indulge yourself if you need to have a bath, if you need to have a spa day, if you need to just have some space and time for yourself. Are you taking care of yourself though? Because finding your North Node, that's one thing. But if you're not balanced and if you're not nurturing yourself, then finding that North Node is not going to be so easy now, is it? So I have a feeling that it has to do with self-nourishment and taking care of you and setting aside time for you. And that might also be why the Hermit card came up, because you need more time for you. You need to connect more. You need more alone time. You need more R&R. Okay? So that's kind of what I feel with those dice here. Now, let's pull some charms for you guys today. Just have to get some other stuff away. Let's see. Oh, many charms today. So you got a heart, and that's of course, as I said, with a soulmate, that there are 2 hearts, that there might be a new connection coming in, or there might be a rekindling of your relationship. You got the Trinity symbol or the triangle, and for me that can be many things. It can be, of course, body, mind, spirit. It can be Father, Son, Holy Ghost. It can be the number 3, which is a lucky number. So you have to kind of, and you got 2 of them here. Because you got the knot as well, the Celtic knot here, and that's also kind of Trinity a symbol. So you have to kind of take this as it resonates for you. What does the Trinity mean for you? Okay. And there's some candy here. There's a skull. Maybe you're doing something special for Halloween. This is taped, of course, in the end of October. Now there's a safety pin, or not a safety pin. This is a kind of paper clip that holds things together, and that's about the mending card we saw as well. So there is definitely something that has to be mended within you or with someone. Now, this is about travel because that belongs to the train. So there might be some travel, maybe regarding Halloween, maybe regarding Thanksgiving or Christmas, because you do have both Father Christmas or Santa and the stocking here. So there might be some travel happening around that time that will be significant for you. Now, there is a nice shoe here and some candy. So I would say with that there might be a party coming your way, or there might be a reason to dress up. But there also might be, excuse me, there might be something happening where you need to kind of indulge yourself a little bit. Sorry, I just needed some water there. So with this also, I would say eat the candy. You know, don't be so hard on yourself on diet or anything. If you are in a space where you kind of need to indulge and do that. You also got the key with 2 hearts on it. Again, the soulmate thing, and again, the heart. So I do have a feeling that there's something definitely happening with a relationship for you guys in November. You got the anchor, which is hope, and you also got a dragonfly, which for me is very good luck. So I do feel like this is signs that things are going to move into something much better for you, and that there is definite hope for this relationship, whatever it is for you. And definitely something happening around Christmas for you guys is what I feel. Okay? Excuse me. And Gemini, since I have this cough coming, I would say also there's something about standing in your truth. Something about communicating clearly. Something about speaking your truth. So definitely within this mending situation, if that is a mending situation with someone else, it's definitely important that you speak your truth and stand your ground. Yeah, so be truthful both to yourself and to the other person. Well, that's pretty much all I had for you, Gemini, moving into November. It was a little bit all over the place, but I do feel like there was several messages in one. It wasn't just regarding one situation, many different energies, but huge transformation happening for you coming November, Gemini, definitely. So that was pretty much all I had for you. I hope you appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. And click the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. I wish you the very best moving into November, Gemini. Until the next time I see ya. Bye. Okay, removing these cards so we can move on to the next reading. Okay, Libra, so this is your reading for November. We will put this aside and we will pull some cards for you right away. Now, we will pull 3 cards to begin with to get the overarching energy for November for you guys. And then we will clarify with some tarot cards, angel cards, and whispering woods. And then we will throw some astro dices and some charms in the end today. I hope you are doing well, Libra. Let's see what you get for the next month. Message in the bottle. Chaos and conflict. Peace. Okay, good. Why on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Now, why, of course, comes up when we are a little bit in victimhood, when we are a little bit about, when ego might get the better of us, saying, why is this happening to me? Why me? I don't understand why they're doing this. I don't understand why isn't the angels listening to me? I have been praying for this. I've been asking for this. Why? But that is, of course, ego very much asking those kind of questions. What they're saying here is that there is a message for you. But the feeling I get is that you haven't heard the message. And if you haven't heard the message, that tells me that you might not have connected or been listening or been open enough. Maybe you've been too much in your head. Maybe it's been too much work for you. Maybe it's you feel like there's too many things happening at once. So there's difficult to kind of find out what's what. And so you haven't heard the message that they have for you. But they definitely have a message for you, or this card wouldn't have popped up. You might be in a situation right now where you feel like everything is chaos and conflict. There might, as I said, maybe too many things happening at once. Maybe you have a lot of projects. Maybe there's lots of stuff happening within your family. Maybe lots of stuff happening at work. You know, you have to adjust this to where you are. And there's a here. And the situation you are in. But you might just feel overwhelmed right now, okay? So what you want is your peace. You want things to land. You want peace and quiet in your life. You want things to kind of go smoothly, and right now it isn't. So I feel like you're in a situation right now where it's just too much energy. It's just too much going on, and that's why you can't hear the message. Let me just drink some water. And we will pull some tarot cards for you guys, okay? It's a new deck that I got called Wisdom Seekers Tarot. Wisdom Seekers Tarot. It's very special cards. Oi! There was two that just flew right out, so we'll just have to take them. Wow. Okay, let's pull some more cards. Two of Cups and the High Priestess. Interesting. And then the Ten of Wands. The Nine of Cups. Yep. And the Fool. Underneath the deck, you got the Death card, which is transformation. Okay, so these two cards just flew out together. Okay, now I get it. Okay, thank you. I'm getting some messages. Okay, so the Two of Cups and the High Priestess flew out together. So how is your partnership with Spirit right now? I'm sorry that I'm laughing, but I do feel, as I said, that you are not connected right now. I do feel like you have the ability to connect, or else the High Priestess card would not have popped up. But next to the Two of Cups, I would say that you are normally someone who is very well connected to the spiritual realm. But why are you not hearing the message right now? And that's why I feel like, because you're in a situation where everything is just chaos right now. It's just too much happening. Okay? It's the Ten of Wands. It's, you know, that card that popped out right underneath the chaos and conflict. It's heavy burden. It's, you know, he is carrying too many sticks on his back. It's 10 sticks on his back, or wands on his back. And that's way too many to carry. He has to let some of them down, you know. So, or all of them. So there is some prioritization needed on your part here. That you have to prioritize. You have to figure out, okay, what do I really need to do right now? And what can wait? Or what can I just let go of? And also, of course, get out of your ego mind telling you why is this happening? Oh, why can't nobody help me? You know, we are only given what we can carry. Okay, but you have been carrying it for so long, and I do feel like you have been carrying it longer than you need to because of your ego. Okay. And ego is, of course, necessary. It protects the physical form, and it's designed perfectly for that. But is it the ego that's going to run the show, or is it your higher self that's going to run the show in your life here on this planet right now? So I would say this is a huge measure for you to connect with your soul, to connect with your heart, connect with your higher self, connect with your light being, or your guides and angels, to hear the message, okay? Because if you hear the message, I do feel like this situation is going to be resolved, you see. Then the transformation is going to happen. And then you'll find your peace. But there is some work on your part. Because the Nine of Cups is a personal happiness and abundance. But it's personal, though. It's not the Ten of Cups, which is family and children and happy family life. This is someone who is content in their own skin by themselves. So there might be a message in this for some of you, that you might need to let go of someone or some situation to kind of be alone for a little while, okay? So, but you have to do, I mean, I would never tell you what to do. So you have to, of course, do what you feel is right for you. But that's just what I read here in the cards. They are saying take the step into the new here, okay? So they're asking you to trust, but you have to realign first. You have to hear the message that they're trying to give you first. And then let down some of your burden, some of your projects, some of your dues, you know, on your to-do list. And then you will find that peace, that inner peace and contentment. And then you can step into this new, okay? So let's pull some angel cards for you, Libra. Okay, let's see what you get. Take time to breathe. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, angels. I breathe with ease knowing you're here. Yeah, exactly. So they're again asking you to let down some of your burden, let down some of your projects, you know, prioritize. Make sure you set aside time so you connect. I breathe with ease knowing you are here. So they're asking again to connect with them because they have messages for you. Inner power, the Divine Father. Divine Father, thank you for co-creating my world with me. So inner power, I mean, you do have that inner power. You do have that connection, but I just feel like it's just been way too much for you right now. Underneath the deck, you got the miracle of prayer and Archangel Sandalphon. Thank you, Sandalphon, for delivering my prayers to heaven. So that is a message for you. You might have been asking for some answers on something, but you're not hearing their answer. You know, they're telling you with this card that, hey, we heard you. And we want to give you the answers here. We want to show you the way. But why aren't you listening? Okay. Yeah. So let's pull some cards from the Whispering Woods. Okay. Let's see what you get. What's for Libra? Origins. Remember your roots. So for me, that is about remember who you are. You are a light being having a human experience, not the other way around. Okay? And that's kind of what you need to remember now. You need to remember who you are and connect with that. To hear the messages. To get the answers that you've been asking for. To know how to move forward. Okay? Growth. The tallest oak tree once started as a seedling. Don't be afraid to start something new. Exactly, that's what they're inviting you to do. Step into the new here. You are growing. You are in transformation, even though you don't think it right now. Because from my perspective, you're just too much into whatever it is that's happening around you right now. Okay? And underneath the deck, it says reconnect. Oh, you can't make this up. Secrets lurk in the captive shadows deep in the woods. So I'm telling you, you need to reconnect. Okay, so let's do the Astro dices now. Okay, so you got the 8th house. You got Pisces. Wait, it just flipped over to Taurus, but it was Pisces. And then this is Neptune. So let's see. So the 8th house, that is about transformation. Again, a transformation. And then Pisces is, of course, someone who is very intuitive, someone who is in connection with their spiritual realm, someone who is a little bit mysterious. And the 8th house is also ruled by Pluto and also Scorpio. So that's also about being mysterious, about the intuition, about your mysticism is in life. And Neptune is actually also the same. Believe it or not, it's psychic abilities, the occult, mysticism, intuition. So they're all saying the same thing, all 3 dices here. So it is about your connection with spirit. Okay? So I can't emphasize that enough. Okay, so let's pull some charms in the end here for you, Libra. Okay, let's see what you get. Ooh, quite a bit here. So the dice landed on 2, so there might be a couple or 2 people, or the number 2 might be meaning something to you. You got the rainbow here, so for me that's a very lucky sign. You got a truck here, so there might be somebody moving something, or maybe a package coming to you by DHL or something like that, because there is a truck here. So, or maybe you own a truck, or maybe you know somebody who drives a truck. You know, you have to take this as it resonates with you. A football, maybe somebody in the family is very into football, or you are, or you have a child that plays football, or there's something about playing football, or maybe playing in general. Now you got a rocket ship here, so I don't know if you're into space endeavors, or you know, sci-fi movies, or maybe you're into Star Family. There's something about star and space here. Okay, you got a lucky penny, so that's a lucky symbol again. Put that up there with the rainbow. And also a starfish, that's also a lucky symbol. Wow, okay, this is really good. And you also got a seahorse, and they mate for life. So there might be a mate for you with the number 2 over here. partnership, you know, either rekindling a partnership or relationship that is already here, or maybe there is a new partnership or something coming your way. There is a boat for travel, so maybe you will be traveling in the next month. I love my soldier. That might be that you are the soldier of a light workers, or maybe you know a soldier, maybe you have been a soldier yourself, so you must take that as it resonates. And then this card right here, which is just it's a mini card from a tarot deck, but I just really love the image on here, and that's kind of showing the way, being the light, connecting to the spiritual realm again. Okay, so that's kind of what I feel with that card right there. Okay, Libra, that's pretty much all I had time for this time around. I hope this made sense for you guys. I hope you liked the reading. If you did, then give it a thumbs up. Please comment below if you want to share your journey or how you felt about this reading. And I hope to see you in the next one, Libra. Until the next time I see you. Bye. Sorry. Hello, Aquarius. So this is the reading for you for November. I'm going to put this aside so we can pull some cards. Okay, let's start with the oracle cards. We're going to pull 3 of these to find the overarching energies for November for you guys. I hope you're doing well, Aquarius. We're also going to pull some... Oh, there was just 3 that popped right over. So I'm going to take those. That hasn't happened in a long time. Okay. We're also going to use some tarot cards and angel cards and astro dices and some charms in the end today. But let's see what you got here. You got Observer, No Place Like Home, and the Yin energy. And also on the bottom of the deck, let's look at that. To be fair. Okay. Now let me sink into these energies while I have a sip of water and we will look at it. Okay. To be fair. Now, that might be that you have been feeling like you haven't been treated fairly and you are wanting something to come into balance. So you have to take that as it resonates with you. However, I also see the number 38. I'm drawn to that. And 8 plus 3 is 11, which is a master number. So it might also be something about you having asked the universe for something that you feel like you haven't gotten an answer, or you haven't gotten what you want yet, or you feel like something isn't fair in that regard as well. They're inviting you to go into the observer. So what they're saying with that is the observer of your own life. So who is observing? For me, it's the higher self observing the human, okay? So they're inviting you to become the observer, to sink into your higher self and to look at the situation or look at what's happening in your life from that perspective, and not let your ego take over and make plans or kind of evaluate what's going on, because ego, you know, it will make things very negative often and can tell you all sorts of stuff that's not true. So they're inviting you, go into the observer where you just kind of pull back a little bit and see the bigger perspective. And then you might see things a little bit different. No Place Like Home can be several things. It can be an invitation to be more home for a while. It can be an invitation to be more stable, stay put. But it can also be you know, that you want to change something in your home, or you want to maybe redo something in your home, maybe make it nice for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, you know, or that you're just right now focusing on your home life, your family life, the way it looks in your home, okay? But home is also, for me, home with spirit, okay? So there might again be an invitation to remember what is home really. I mean, home for your human is one thing, but home for your higher self is another, right? So remember that. They're saying yin energy, so you might need some more nurturing. You might need some more feminine energy, whether you be male or female. But you might need some of that into your life. Now, the feminine is also water, so water might be helpful for that. Rinsing, putting your feet in water, You know, if you are at a beach and you can just walk in water, you know, take a bath, a salt bath, whatever. So that might be a way for you to get into that emotional flow. But the yin is also the emotional. So make sure that you check in with your emotional whenever you're making decisions moving into November is also the invitation here, okay? So now we're going to look at some tarot cards. So I got a new tarot deck called the Wisdom Seekers Tarot. So the very special images. So we will use that today for your reading, Aquarius, okay? Let's see. Let us see what you get. So you got Princess of Swords, Three of Cups, Two of Wands, 10 of Wands, and 9 of Cups, and Justice again. To be fair, that's also kind of a Justice card here, and Justice again. So I would say with that you will get justice in a situation, but there is some work to be done on your part here, because you need to look at it from a different perspective in order for you to feel like it is justice, okay? Just to have that said might be significant for some of you. Princess of Swords is someone who comes in with the truth. But there also might be someone who is a little bit young in their communication. So the Princess of Swords can also come in a little bit abruptly and say things just blah. You know, just be aware of that. Three of Cups is, you know, coming together. It's about friends. It's about partnership. It can be work. It can be friends. It can be family. But it can also be an invitation to be more social or to be less social. So you have to take that as it resonates with you. The Two of Wands is about investment. So they're asking you to invest in something here. They're asking you to go ahead. But what they're also saying with the 10 of Wands is that you have put a lot on you. The 10 of Wands is someone who's carrying 10 wands on his shoulders, and it's a very heavy burden. So it might be a burden in energy, or it might be a burden as in too many projects at once. So you have to let some of them go, okay? 9 of Cups is the personal abundance and happiness card. So I do feel like you're going someplace very nice here, Aquarius. But I do feel like you need some perspective on things. You might need to speak your truth. You might need to be more or less social. You have to figure out how that relates with you. And you have to move forward with something, invest in something that you truly want, and let go of something that maybe is not serving you right now. Okay, so that's that. And then we're going to look at some angel cards for you. 2 of these cards, and then some Whispering Woods and Astro dice and some charms. So spiritual support. Dear angels, I allow you to support me as I grow to become more spiritual aware. Again, get into the higher self, get in contact with the spiritual realm here. They're saying that they're here to support you, so ask them for help. Okay. Peace and harmony, Archangel Raguel. Thank you, Raguel, for surrounding my life with harmonious light. So then I would say that Archangel Raguel is one of the spiritual supports that you have, and you can ask him or her for help. And also underneath you got clear your vibes with Archangel Metatron. Thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field. So you might want to invite Archangel Metatron in to clear your energy field, clear your aura and your chakra system. And also ask maybe Raguel to come in to give you this peace and harmony that you so sorely needs. So let's pull some Whispering Woods cards here. See what you get. A couple of those. Path. Wander the path less traveled. What you find might surprise you. Yeah, go your own way. Be your own guru. And flow. Go with the flow as water trickles down a stream. Do not hurry. So with that, I would say go with what is natural for you to do, like they're inviting you to invest in something here, and let go of the stuff that no longer serves you. And that way you will get into a natural flow, and things will kind of move forward a lot easier for you moving into November, Aquarius. Okay, let's throw some Astro dices. 7th house, Moon, and Scorpio. Now, Scorpio is about transformation as well. It's also can be sexuality, and it can also be the mysticism, you know, and a very emotional sign. And also with the Moon, who is also kind of about talking about your emotional. I would say make sure that you are in contact with your heart space here. And that might be, as I said, with the emotional, with Yin here, that you need more of that into your life, okay? Now, the seventh house is about partnership, actually. Intimacy, partnership, love, and also a balance in that. So I would say, again, with the balance, with the heart and the head, and also with partnership, maybe there's a love partnership that this is talking about as well. So you kind of have to adjust this to where you are. Now let's look at some charms for you guys, Aquarius. Okay, now you got an eraser. But it's also shaped as a UFO, so this might be several things. Eraser, of course, can be something that needs to be erased in your life, or you want to erase or let go of something, okay? As I said with the Ten of Wands. But it can also be UFO, maybe you're interested in that, who knows? Now, this is also a Taurus symbol, so there might be a Taurus in your life, or a Taurus energy, which is about family, you know, stable life. It can be about the good things in life, what you appreciate, the nice stuff. There's a fairy here, so there might be an invitation, and also a feather. So there might be an invitation to connect with fairies and angels, but also an invitation to connect more with nature. So I don't know how much you have time to go out in nature right now, Aquarius, but that might be something that's beneficial. So the Trinity, so it can be mind, body, spirit, to get that in balance for you guys. Or it can also be, of course, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. You have to take this as it resonate with you, what that means for you. You got both a lollipop or a little candy here and some ice cream. So I would say indulge yourself. I mean, let yourself have some goodies. Let yourself have some nice food, some good drinks if you need to. Don't take that so seriously right now. It might be that in November that you are in need of just, you know, chilling and just eating and drinking whatever you want for a while. Just kind of indulge yourself a little bit. Give yourself that time and space and that self-nourishment, if you will. Okay? So that was pretty much all I had for you, Aquarius, moving into November. I hope this made sense, and I hope you liked this reading. If you did, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and click the bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. So I wish you the very best moving into November, Aquarius. Thank you so much for being part of this reading today, and until the next time I see you.